Hey everybody, welcome to Sailing Sharky. In this video, I'm going to give you some drone shots and a little bit of an overview of Sharky, an O'Day 23-2, a 1978. And I can tell you that this is probably one of the most, if not the most unique O'Day 23-2 out there, mainly because of all the additions and work that I've done on her. But she's a great little pocket cruiser, really good for sailing around in the bay, up the delta, trailering to do a long weekend or week cruise or something like that. That's what I think this boat is really great for. And I may end up keeping her, but I would like to see her go to a good home. So again, in this video, I'll go over that, and I have some drone shots. I just threw some music over it. Here's a clip of me sailing from Alcatraz back to Sausalito.
I would say this is probably my favorite spot here when I can justify going up. It's just a quite calm day for where we are right now. So I just lay down up here, got the autopilot going, got the sails going, got the solar panel with the autopilot. So we are fully sustainable. And on a good close reach.
Then I have a clip of the last day where I was sailing her back from Point Richmond up the Petaluma River, through San Pablo Bay, which is where all these clips are. And then I motored her up the Petaluma River, which is a really cool place to go, and somewhere where I can go because she only draws 2.5 feet with the centerboard up. And here's a clip of me sailing in San Pablo Bay, delivering her back to Petaluma.
All right, last sail on Sharky. I'm in the San Pablo Bay. It's a beautiful day out. Got it on autopilot, close reach. Nobody around. It's a beautiful way to start the morning.
Yeah, so some of the things I've done to her, let me see, just off the top of my head, I mean, I've new sails in the past 3 years. I have an autopilot, which is the reason why you can see me sailing maybe poorly in light winds and small sails, but I'm able to fly a drone right here while the boat is sailing itself because it has an autopilot, and that is huge while you're solo sailing. It's like having an additional crew member on board. Really reliable 4-stroke outboard motor, solar panel, as you can see. I think it's 100 watts, keeps everything charged really nicely. There's an electric outboard, there's an AIS receiver, so you can see where all the boats are around you. There's a tablet mount. The hull deck joint has been reinforced on both sides with backing plates, so the screws really are screwed in tightly. The hull has been bonded to the liner pan, which really also stiffened up the boat a lot. It's kind of all been to the point to make this boat more seaworthy and more of a pocket cruiser that can sail around the harsh winds of the bay. The main sail has 3 reef points, which is not, normally they just have 2 or none. There's roller furling on the jib. I noticed in the bay the winds are highly variable, so the mainsail has single line reefing. So to reef or to make the mainsail smaller to handle higher winds, you just lower it a little bit and you pull in a single line and you are done. It's really quick. And I would say this boat is happiest at, anywhere from 10 to 15 knots, although she can sail in as low as 4 knots with an oversized main and a 135 Genoa, and up to maybe 25 knots, and beyond that I wouldn't really bother. I mean, you could sail, but it's better to just motor at that point. I've experienced winds well over 40 knots, and over 30 knots it starts to get blustery, and over 40 knots I would say it starts to get really not fun. So that's the whole range of winds that I've been into. In fact, I may have experienced over 50 in a tornado warning, but that's a story for another time. The anchor lights and running lights work. There's lights inside the cabin. There's a sink with an electronic or with an electric switch. There's I replaced the porta potty a few years ago. I leak-proofed the thing so it doesn't leak in the rain. And I'm sure there's a bunch of other stuff that I'm forgetting, but it's good to go. She's good to go now. The wheel bearings were repacked about 5 years ago, maybe 4 or 5 years ago, somewhere around there. Oh yeah, I redid the coring under the mast to just make that part of the deck really strong. You can kind of see that I painted over it. I did put gel coat down and paint on top of that, so it's nice and super sturdy. You can stomp around there and you can see it's really sturdy, unlike a lot of boats that, you know, might have a soggy balsa core deck and all sorts of stuff like that. So she's ready to go. She's ready to trailer in the water and get her on the water right now. But there you go. I don't really want to get rid of her, but it's a great boat. So I hope it goes to a good home. And she deserves to go to a good home.